Today we're making pancakes from scratch using fresh milled wheat. These are the best pancakes, you guys. Once you try these, you're not going to want to go back to anything store-bought, anything from a mix. These are using real ingredients, and the flavor is just so delicious. It's beyond anything that you can buy sitting on a shelf. My name's Brittany, and this is my channel, Marvel and Make. You can find all of my content at marvelandmake.com. And so I'm going to mill some fresh milled wheat, and I'm using spelt. This is a spelt grain. You can use pretty much any grain for pancakes. I like spelt because it's a naturally sweet grain. So, you know, I like to have, sometimes we do savory pancakes, but usually we do them sweet. And so that's why I choose spelt. Kamut is a really good one for pancakes. Einkorn, soft white wheat. You can also, this recipe is pretty versatile, so feel free to throw in some pumpkin spices, throw in even some pumpkin puree, mash up a banana. So one banana for this recipe is great to make some banana pancakes. If you want to do blueberry pancakes, you know, do the recipe as is, and then take some blueberries. You can use fresh or frozen. When we pick blueberries from the farm, I freeze them and then I use them, you know, like that, just frozen right out of the freezer. Throw some blueberries in there when you put them in the pan. A lot of times I will maybe cook some strawberry with some maple syrup and some butter over the stove while I'm cooking the pancakes, and then pour that over top. So it's kind of like a strawberry pancake, you know, topping. There's so many things you can do. So I'm going to show you kind of step by step how I do these pancakes. And thank you. And also I'm sorry to the person who commented maybe 2 years ago and asked for this video. Pancakes is one of those things that I make in the morning. But I can't do a video in the morning because I have little kids. So tonight we're doing breakfast for dinner, and we're doing an early dinner. So I get to make pancakes for you guys and do a video. So I'm going to start by turning the burner on over here and putting my butter into this big pan. So the recipe calls for melted butter, and because I don't like dishes, I just go ahead and use the pan that I'm going to cook the pancakes in to melt the butter. So that's going to be going while I get started. I know that if I do like a heaping cup full of spelt, it will give me roughly 1.5 cups of ground. So that's what I'm going to do here. This is my Mock Mill Lino 100. Turn it on. When you turn on this mill, you want to hear, if you've never used a mill like this, this is a stone mill, so you want to hear, like, not quite hear the stones grinding against each other. You just want to come up just a hair from that. So these are your settings. This is how you can do coarse to fine. So I want it nice and fine. So that's going to be my setting. And with this mock mill, with a stone mill, you turn it on before you add the flour in. So this is going to be kind of loud. So that took just a couple seconds to mill my flour, and now I'm going to add in my dry ingredients here. And I went ahead and turned the burner off because this butter has basically already melted. So just, you know, with baking, you add your dry ingredients first together. So this is salt and baking powder. So it's 1.5 cups of the spelt flour. It is 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. All of these ingredient measurements will be listed below, so check that out. Now I have 1.5 cups of milk. I have 1 egg. So this is how I do it so that I am not wasting dishes. I always crack my eggs separately. So I had that here waiting. I am just going to add that butter in here. But I'm not going to do that quite yet because I don't want to cook my egg. I'm adding in 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, Once again, all of these measurements are listed below. Now I'm going to take my whisk, go ahead and get everything nice and mixed together, and then slowly add in my butter because it's nice and warm, so I don't want to cook that egg. Okay, then I'm going to add my wet ingredients into my dry. If I would be adding a banana, for those of you who are interested, I would take a banana and put it in here once I had dumped everything in, put it in here and then mash it. And then take the chunks of banana, pour it in, and mix it up. That would just be my process. So here is your pancake mix. That's how easy it is. That's how easy. I'm going to show you how these cook on the stove, but I do like to let the batter sit for 2 or 3 minutes, just to let the grains soak up the liquid. It just makes them rise a little bit better. So I will show you what it looks like when we cook them. All right, you guys, so I have my my heat set to medium, and if you follow me, you know that butter is not bad. We use a lot of butter, a lot of butter. It is a health food, you guys. Make sure it's good grass-fed butter. And then these pancakes are great when they're cooked in butter. So this is sat for just a little bit, I mean like 2 minutes maybe. And it just thickens up a little, and that helps it, like I said, to rise. I want to get my pan nice and hot, but just not too hot. Just turn the light off. I think you probably can see a little bit better. So my pan is hot and my butter is all melted, and I am just going to pour in my pancakes. All right, let them cook until I see some bubbles. All right, when you start to see these bubbles, I usually turn the temperature down just a tiny bit. I'm gonna let them go just another maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds, watch them, and then I'll flip them. Okay, I'm going to flip them. Beautiful. All right, you see this like darker edge, this crisp edge? These pancakes actually are really, really good when they get like that, just the tiniest crisp of an edge, just instead of soft. I like them just ever so slightly crispy. It kind of brings out the butter flavor in them. And I'm just going to let them cook on this side for another maybe minute or so. Let's see if they are done. They look good. I've got my plate. This plate pretty. I love that plate. All right. So here's your pancakes. They're all done. With this recipe, I usually can get about maybe 10 or 12 around this size. Okay, and we will serve these with some butter, some maple syrup, maybe some date syrup. Any of those things that I told you, you can make them banana or pumpkin or blueberry. You can do chocolate chip. So those are fresh milled wheat pancakes. I hope this video was helpful. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and share it with your friends. Thanks so much for watching.